And let me tell you information I'm privy to. It has been brought to the attention of President Museveni that Muwanga Kivumbi was not forming a rebel group. He just picked Kanyama from town to go and guard his votes. So someone lied to the president that, oh, these people of Noop, now they have started a group to destroy government. These are boy bouncers you pay 15,000 a day and you give food, Kikomando. They were now to protect Muwanga Kivumbi's vote. But wrong information got to the president, and then they say, go and destroy that group, the rebel group, before they start. That's how they were shooting guys crying, Mama Nyabo, in a garage. They are not even armed with pangas. So they are also liars who benefit by selling wrong information to government because they benefit from security budget. So my good friend from Noob, you are even helping some wrong elements in the military to get allowances that they are doing intelligence. And they will be roofing and building the houses up to ring beam level. So I would suggest it is very healthy to talk now. It even costs nothing for Bobi Wine to go on the platform and talk with President Museveni and say, you have to leave that seat, you are old. Talk! Never close the doors of talking.
How do you talk, for example, with the government in power without being seen as a sellout?
Now that is where the radicals, come in. They behave like meeting President Museveni, like President Museveni has smallpox or has COVID, that you should not meet him. I've personally met the president twice. Is it meeting? If I can meet Joseph Coyne, who cut people's lip, who put super glue on people's mouth, what is wrong with meeting President Museveni? And selling out for how much? For me, I cannot sell myself. I have my property. If I have problems, I sell my property.
Odonga Otto, mujukira Odonga Otto mukoti mukufa kwa kanyamunyu. Bwe yakaira byanyuma ne polisi nebesije. Nalinya kumeza nagamba byanyuma nojjane weeyimirira omusajja atusse. Asa omukyoli kyamugamba mmwe munataala kyoli omukyoli afiire obwerere ne polisi njivuddemu besije oli mubi byanyuma oli mubi n'ayomba nalinya ku mmeeza ne bamuyita. Byanyuma n'ayita Odonga Otto n'amuwa bisatu mu asatu millions ziri ya billions 2.2 billions zali zataka.
Something happened in Butambala. A character called Kivumbi was defeated. Now the plan everywhere was that where Noop is defeated, gangs with the pangas. You remember pangas? With the pangas should attack the polling station. And that's what they did. When Kivumbi was defeated, they came with the pangas to attack the polling station, and they were shot. 7 of them were shot dead there with the pangas.
So the president is totally misinformed, totally out of for him to say that gangs attacked a police station. There were no police station that was attacked. It is the military that descended to people in my home, and these killings happened in a garage in my home. So there is no way you could say, and we are going to put him to shame, because in that place I have cameras. Not only cameras, there were people who recorded videos. That's why after killing people, after killing all the people who are there, they did another firing and ensured that they retrieved every dead person and packed trucks and took them to Gombe Hospital. We have footage of soldiers carrying dead bodies. We also have the footage of 2 soldiers that were shot at the site. Therefore, for him to arrange a terrorist act on me and on any of the people who are victims of state violence is extremely unfortunate and unbecoming of the head of state. Then I wish safer the country.
It's not my duty to come here and sanitize the human rights situation in Uganda. I'm disgusted by it myself, if you want to know the truth.
The Democratic Party president, who is also Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Norbert Mao, did not mince his opinion on the country's human rights record.
I want to tell you there's no more image to protect. The government in terms of human rights is stark naked. I can tell you frankly.
We voted for Chagulan. We voted for NUP. We protected. But the militarization. I know 3 young people in Obogi who were tied to a stone. They were asked, denounce NUP as a Buganda thing. Denounce NUP. If you do not, we're going to throw you in River Nile. They refused to denounce. They were thrown in River Nile. And may their souls rest in peace.
Corruption, greed, nepotism are things that is even are making Ugandans more disgusted in the leadership of our party in government. I'm speaking to you this because I know you are my shield. And I have to be honest. My church told me to be very honest. I've told this to the president. I am not scared of calling a spade before anybody. If we don't restrain, if we don't control our greed on how we use public resource, how we steal with impunity, then Ugandans will push us out of power, and that will also be another transition. The hills of Kampala are expanding with the buildings, but schools, health centers are shrinking. So where do people get this money from? And who are the owners of these structures we see around? Commissioners, directors, ministers, permanent secretaries. So people get disgusted.